Hey everyone, so quick update on what's going on this December. Let's talk about Cyclone Ditwah and what it could actually mean for our day-to-day lives over the next couple of months. The cyclone had a pretty big impact across the country. Over 1.6 million people were affected, and this turned into the worst flooding Sri Lanka has seen in over 20 years. So the disruption was clearly real, but the bigger question now is how things play out from here. One of the first things most people noticed was food and vegetable prices. When the floods hit, prices shot up almost immediately. While there is disruption to cultivation and farmlands, one of the main reasons for this price increase was because roads were blocked, so crops couldn't reach markets. But once access roads started opening up, just a few days later, prices already began to cool off. So looking ahead, this is where things get better. Most roads are now open, and vegetables like beans and carrot don't take too long to replant. Farmers are already back at it, which means fresh supply should be hitting the markets soon, and that should keep prices under control. And with roads reopening and several concessions provided for replanting and credit for working capital needs, farmers should be in a better position to produce again. So we don't expect major shortages going forward. Overall, food prices could be slightly above the norm for 2 months or till the yield comes back fully. But after that, the prices should stabilize at normal level. Now the whole recovery really depends on connectivity. That's where infrastructure comes in. Roughly 247 kilometers of roads were damaged during the floods. To fix this, the government has already reallocated 40 billion rupees from the current budget to repair roads and bridges and get things moving again. On top of that, there's a much larger allocation of around 500 billion rupees planned for 2026 for broader rebuilding and disaster-related work. Families whose homes were completely destroyed can also receive up to 5 million rupees per house, which should help speed up rebuilding at the ground level. As roads reopen and rebuilding picks up, things start getting back to normal, especially on the tourism side. There were some cancellations right after the floods, but looking ahead to January and forward bookings, they are still holding up well. Connectivity to key tourist areas is coming back quickly, and that matters because tourism isn't just about hotels, it's also a major source of foreign currency for the country. That's where this ties into the exchange rate. With tourist inflows picking up, and at the same time, remittances are expected to increase as families abroad send additional support back home, foreign currency inflows should improve. On top of that, we are also likely to see humanitarian aid inflows in the aftermath of the cyclone, on top of a possible emergency facility of approximately $200 million from the IMF. All of this explains why the recent pressure on the exchange rate is expected to ease rather than worsen over the upcoming weeks. So overall, yes, Cyclone Ditwah caused real economic loss. But as roads reopen, supply chains recover, rebuilding moves forward, things are expected to stabilize rather than drag on.